Hola, boa noite. That, I can imagine Spike Milligan kazooing along to that opening theme tune there. Let's bring my colleagues on for this evening, the GMP Wine Ninjas. Oh, Alvaz, and from Lisbon, Eric J, and on the Silver Coast, just down the road from me.
On down.
Woohoo! How's everyone doing this evening?
Fine, thank you.
Fabulous, fabulous.
Estupendo.
Estupendo.
So, for the help of those learning Portuguese around the world, could you tell us why Alviagra is now on the screen as O?
That is the plural for the people that live here. That is the you have Lisboetas.
Yep.
And you have Portents.
Yes.
You have us, which I can never say this word, so I'm going to avoid saying it. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, how do you pronounce that?
Alviazarents.
Very good. Excellent. Excellent. So the collective noun for people from Alviazara in central Portugal. Excellent. Good stuff. How are you all? Let's go around the clock here. The clock face. How are you doing? Linda, Gary, and Ginny?
Ginny's first on the clock. So clockwise, Ginny.
I'm doing very well, thank you, Carl.
Excellent. Is it nice and warm over there today?
It's lovely and warm here. Yeah.
What sort of temperature?
Cloudy. Well, it was cloudy to start with, and then the sun came out.
Okay. All right. And warm enough to warm up your wine by the sound of it.
Yes, it's like panic here because the wine got too warm, and we don't want it in that temperature range. So
no. I see before me some great quality here. You have chosen, well, that's what it's all about tonight. We've been doing this for about 5 years, and we thought it might be a nice idea to review and share our favorites. And this is one. Did we actually taste this, or is this one you found from your own research?
No, this is one that we actually had probably a couple of years ago now, isn't it?
Yeah.
And really, really enjoyed it because it is one of their flagship wines. And the last one we had, you could taste the quality in it. This one, now I've boiled it, might not be as good.
Right, okay. But could you say a little bit more about it?
Yes, it's a special little wine. It's collected in unison with the phase of the moon, because apparently this is the theory. The gravity of the moon draws up the moisture, the sap into the vines. So there is a special time at the height of the moon phase where they collect it, so it's called moonlight.
Okay, so it is a grush, isn't it?
It is a grush, and it's annotation.
Moonlight edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, talking of sap and moonlight and gardening and harvesting, look who's
here.
Give
me a minute.
I knew it coming. It's because he's gonna show us his wine.
All right, are you staying on the screen, Lee?
I'll just stop my microphone out.
Okay, all right. Sort your microphone out. I'll just mute you up whilst you swear and do that.
Excellent.
Excellent. Okay, right. Let's go around. Well, Linda, how are you? Before we go to Eric, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay.
Very good. Enjoying the sun now it's here.
Yes, finally, someone flicked the switch, didn't they, a couple of weeks ago?
They lit the bonfire, that's for sure.
Very good. So the Alvazarenses are doing good. Muito bom, 5 estrelas over there. To the capital now, which must be beautiful, Eric. I imagine the jacaranda trees are blooming, and we're getting ready for the Santos Populares in the
Yep.
And the grilling.
It was actually quite warm 2 and 3 days back, but today it's really cooled off nicely. It's about 22, 23 degrees. A lot of breeze, very, very breezy today, to the point where I had to close the front doors that I have here because everything was blowing all over the apartment. So, but today was a beautiful day. it will ramp up again as far as the heat goes. But yeah, it was a great day. And like you were saying, the jacaranda trees are all in full bloom now. I have some just a block away from me. They line the streets.
Beautiful. Excellent. And I think Lisbon is going to look a little bit like this soon, isn't it? With the coming month. Well, now we're into June. It's sardine month, really, isn't it? Look at that.
Certain places you go, that's already happening in some of the little parks. So
beautiful. I love that scene.
Look at all those tourists at the back there. I mean, come on.
Is that who we've got there? Tourists.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
It's an AI picture. If you look closely, they've all got 6 fingers on each hand.
That's what it is. I mean, that's that guy over the barbecue sweating his doodads off, and they're just enjoying themselves.
Yeah, and that's a great scene. I love that. And another image that I found today, it's like this is Grandma and Grandad of Portugal, isn't it? This is the culture we love there.
I instantly want to say something about this. This is Faith can move mountains because she's an awfully big girl.
Oh dear, there's a Les Dawson joke. I think circa 73, possibly.
Possibly.
Does anybody want to own up to having a house coat yet in our community here?
Well, I keep saying to Linda, you've got to now. You're off
to get a tabard.
Your little tabard.
That's what they're called, isn't
it? If you truly want to integrate, you've got to have a little tabard.
But you know what goes with that? If you're wearing a tabard, you can actually hit people with your slippers as well. So that that's the sort of privilege that goes with that territory right there. Oh, let's bring the Whitbys on as well. Good evening to you both. We'll come to you in just a moment. Okay, great stuff, Eric. What do you got to drink tonight? What's your favorite that you're sharing with us?
Well, this is my second favorite, Papa Figos. I don't know why is my camera doing that?
Okay, we'll just give you a full screen so we can see that. Papa Figos.
Can you mirror my camera? Or do I need to?
Good choice. Every day of the week, good choice.
See, Eric's getting flustered now because normally he's in control of the.
But my true favorite is that.
Right. So what happened? What happened?
I couldn't find it.
Oh,
I couldn't find it. We generally we get it most often. There's an Argentinian steakhouse that we eat at periodically.
Yeah.
Up in the Príncipe Real area, and that's our go-to wine. And so
an Argentinian steakhouse, because Portuguese steak you're not too keen on. Is that right?
It's not as good.
This is we start the evening with a little bit of controversy. It's hard. It is quite difficult to get a dare I say it, a decent steak in Portugal unless you know where you're looking. But so you go to Argentina for yours, metaphorically, and
get Portuguese wine. So
Portuguese wine. Okay,
we've got a great steakhouse in Caldas, Slovenia.
Okay, so you know where to go. It's called Steakhouse.
Honestly, I'm going to take you there, Eric. And then we'll reappraise the whole steak panoply.
Let's go.
Because I tell you what, they hang these steaks for a long time, and they mature over a 30-day period.
Aged steak is really good. Aged steak is good.
Don't.
All right, so we'll
do
go
not
there.
put Eric as a good time out.
I tell you what, it
doesn't scare him.
It's fantastic. It's a fantastic place.
All right, anyway, there you go. So what did you call it? The steak panoply from your
steak panoply. Yeah.
What sort of sauce does that come with?
From his forthcoming television series, The Steak Panoply, Terence Austin.
The Steak Panoply of Caldas, Slovenia.
Great steak. Right, let's stay with you, other Mr. Austin.
Yes.
On the Silver Coast this evening. What you got? Have you got your favourite?
What have I got? Have I got to reveal the name now? I'll give you a clue. The Portuguese word is gordo.
Okay.
The first word is gordo. Anybody takers?
Oh, a fat red of some sort?
A fat red. Very good, very good. I don't know. Barone. Yeah.
Barone. Doesn't sound very Portuguese.
It doesn't really. Making that one up. It sounds more Italian, doesn't it? It's Fat Baron. It's Fat Baron. Right, and it's a Touriga Nacional, which is my all-time knock it out of the park favorite grape, and it's a lot of fun, but also a complete mainstay of drinking for me. I'd choose this every day of the week, probably on holidays as well.
Okay, so we're going back to that territory when we got a wine that was like ourselves. Not that you're a fat baron. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
Yeah, he's a right fat baron.
you're robust. You're a
He's robust baron. Yeah.
It's a robust. Okay, very
Yeah.
good.
So that's what I'm going for.
Excellent. We will dive deeper into these and get a tasting profile because it's our individual favorites here. Lee, are you on the JML tonight? Your favorite?
I'm on the JP tonight.
Oh, JP.
This is my first favourite and my second favourite because I've already done a bottle. So I've done a bottle already. I'm on my second bottle, so it's my second favourite.
Second favourite, yeah.
Wow.
I see the logic.
It's affordable, it's white, it's drinkable. I like it.
Couldn't wish for a better review than that, could you? Affordable and drinkable. That's
What would you want? You find a wine you like and it's under €3. I'm sticking with it forever.
Okay, so for those who thought they may have misheard you, I'm guessing that's the one we do see in the Lidl store, and it's $2.99.
It's available everywhere.
But they do. I mean, okay. There's the red JP there.
See, there's a secret JP club going on with the man cave. That's what it is. It's like the handshake. They've all got to show the JP bottle.
No, it's only me and Eric. No one else drinks this piss.
Right, okay. Yeah.
But no, apparently they do a really nice red, but I don't like red wines. I like white wines.
Yeah.
And this is I've tried a lot of white wines in Portugal, and this is my favourite.
That's the one.
So I'm sticking with it.
Fair enough. Have you had a busy day?
Of course.
Okay. What sort of busy day was the right question for you? Isn't it?
Okay. I did more this morning than you will do all week. That kind of busy day.
Okay, but you wouldn't have wanted to swap places with me this morning. I was in the Registro doing some car document business. It was quite stressful being back in that environment.
Okay, no, I have people for that.
Excellent. Okay, well,
I don't do paperwork, Munson. You know this already. I don't do signing and logging in. I have people for that.
How do you do this? Okay, all right. Well, it's the life of a secret millionaire, of course.
No, you just met the wrong woman. I met a Portuguese girl that's obsessed with paperwork. It's perfect.
Was that on your dating profile, by any chance?
I didn't have a dating profile. I got pissed one night and met her. It was perfect.
Okay.
I'm a good-looking Englishman.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And she's a pretty Portuguese girl. It just worked.
It was just like that scene from Love Actually, of course. Yes, excellent. All right, well, good to have you here.
That's what was in my head.
Second favourite Christmas movie.
First being Die Hard.
Sliding Doors.
Sliding Doors.
No, on my dating profile it would say Die Hard.
Yes.
But in reality, Sliding Doors. Gwyneth Paltrow. Stunning.
Both very excellent Christmas movies. Wonderful. Thank you for being here tonight, Lee. Miguelinho and Kat in Central Portugal. Well, how are you? How are you?
Well, pretty good actually. It's been another busy day. Busy weekend, busy day.
Yes.
And we're heading to Canada on Wednesday.
Really?
So frantically trying to get things sorted out for that.
Yeah.
So anyway,
well,
busy.
Bon voyage, as people do say in Canada.
As they say in Canada, yeah.
Yeah, bon voyage from Portugal. So a little bit of a lull before the big journey then this evening and hanging out with us.
Yeah, well, we just basically, my brother arrived back from England today, driving a big panel van full of their worldly possessions, which are now stuffing up the other one half of the garage down below.
So a momentous day in your household.
Well, they are at the moment. They bought a house near Pombal. So just south of Pombal. But Pombo. It's just taken forever to get the mortgage sorted out.
Okay.
They thought they'd be in it 2 months ago. So
yeah. Well,
anyway.
Thank goodness you sorted out before August, because that might have been another delay here. Good to have you here. What are you drinking?
Well, we're actually on a diet, so we chose a vegan wine.
Okay, that's enough. I'm leaving.
Okay.
Fucking vegan wine.
It's not the man cave. It's not the man
great.
cave. Thank you very much.
I've got a vegan wine. No, Gary said, come and come drunk. I've got a vegan wine. It's made of fucking grapes.
Yes, well, this is too, and but this is red vegan.
So you've got a wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are the Americans, Carl? When you start letting Americans on this stuff, Eric excluded, obviously.
Anyway,
Right.
that's ours. And this is about the best cartouche that I can afford anyway. It's they do 3. They do a white label, a blue label.
Munson, put it on full screen. Is that actually vegan wine?
No, of course it is. It's made with grapes.
Triggered. He's
You,
triggered.
you bought vegan wine.
No, of course it did. Yes, it's made of grapes. So
Please
it's
carry on.
a grape's a fruit. I guess it's a fruit wine, not a vegan wine. You're right.
I don't think they put fish in wine anymore to bring it on, do they? If they ever did that.
No,
It's very possible. They put
I
loads
got
of it.
annoyed really quickly. I'm thinking there was such a thing as a vegan wine.
We noticed, Lee. We noticed.
What that is actually cider. The cider houses in Somerset used to hang a leg of beef into the barrel just to give it some protein to get them to yeast going.
Yes, and finings in other beers as well. They're not vegan, are they? I don't
No,
think.
no.
No, a lot of eggs used in beer.
And that's not vegan.
That's not vegan.
But fortunately, wine is free of that. So.
Sorry, this is actually probably our favorite red, even though it's from the Alentejo.
Hold on a minute. Did you say it's your favorite red, even though it's from the Alentejo?
Yeah. Well, you know what I think about the Alentejo. Just about every wine made in the Alentejo tastes pretty close to the same.
Not bad. It just.
Not bad, but they make it to a pattern, I think.
Okay.
This is the flavor we need for Alentejo.
Yeah.
Okay, so it differentiates itself. This cartuja. Do they call it EA or IA or what? How do they? How would the Portuguese pronounce that?
Yeah, I think it's just EA.
Yeah.
But anyway, this one's got Alicante Bouchette, Syrah, Aragonage, and of course the old favorite Touriga Nacional.
There you go.
All the hits.
Yeah. Of course,
Greatest hits.
New World and Old World.
Let's keep going. Let's keep moving around the clock face while Lee goes to get another bottle of wine, presumably. Eric,
Okay, thank you.
talk us through your choice this evening and give us a bit of a tasting profile, if you will.
If I had my glass, if I had somebody's glasses, I could actually read what kind of grapes are in here. I don't know. Maybe
Hold
my
it up
wife
to the screen. Maybe
my
we
wife
can.
tell me. Anyway, but I prefer, for those people who don't know me, I prefer a very dry, non-fruity wine, and I do prefer it on the stronger side. This particular Papa Figos is only 13.5. The other wine that I was showing earlier is, I think, a 14.5. Now that I got my screen worked out.
Oh yeah, hold on. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Virtual wine.
Yeah. So that's a much stronger, much deeper kind of wine.
This is from Douro. That's all I can
Yeah, this is a Douro wine. We can't make out what all the grapes are because the writing is too small.
Hello, Pat.
Pat actually enjoys a different option from the same house. She prefers the Esteva versus the Papa Figos because she finds it a bit more on the peppery side, which perfect. It's not my
Peppery,
thing.
perfect.
She's working, or else she'd be on the screen too. So
Well, it's good to hear your voice in the background there, Pat. Can we see that label again? Because it is higher, Pat. It is one of those lovely labels that you see when you first arrive in Portugal. It's quite memorable.
Papa Figos.
Yeah.
Papa Figos.
Okay.
Has anybody actually seen the bird yet? You can hear them, but I've never actually seen one in real life yet.
They don't actually exist.
We thought we saw one up in Monsanto, but it didn't have the black wings.
They're mythical. It looks like a pied wagtail, but it's not.
Oh, does it? It's got a big tail.
Yeah, no, it's not the pied wagtail. It's black and white. There's a wagtail that likes the river and embankments and reservoir embankments. So it's got a yellow chest. That's what it looks like, but it doesn't actually exist.
Which is strange enough, called a grey wagtail, even though it's yellow.
It is called. I'm trying to think of the name. It is a great wagtail. You're right. Because it does have the grey bars on its wings.
Yeah.
But actually, I think the papafigos bird is the Eurasian golden oriole.
It is.
Well, that's a very different looking bird to that. The neck's much smaller. It's got no chest and it's got short legs.
I've been out with women like that.
Wow.
I'll walk right into that one.
Sorry.
Yes, excellent. Okay.
But as a
That
lot
might
of
be a
people,
cartoon variety for the wine bottle.
Lee, can I speak now? It's my turn.
Oh, it is like the man cave tonight, isn't it? Look,
Asserted himself.
There's a selection of papafigos birds for you. The mythical bird, as Lee is.
Yeah, look at it. Looks nothing like the label. Sorry, Eric. I was told to come drunk.
That's okay.
They were the instructions. Turn up and turn up drunk.
Nothing else. Expect nothing else. So, Eric, yes, back to you. Tell us a little bit more about papafigos.
So another thing that I do with red wine is I break the rules and I prefer it chilled.
Oh my God! Get out.
Yeah.
No, nothing wrong with that.
I actually tried to meet halfway as I took it out of the refrigerator about an hour before the show. So there's that. One other thing that I also do that maybe I'd like to share with some people because they might find it helpful is that we use one of these.
Oh,
an aerator, right?
It's okay. It's for wine.
Aerator, yes.
Well, I want you to get up to it in your own time.
Didn't you have that guest? Wasn't that shown on the Central Portugal Interconnect quite recently with your guest therapist?
Does it take batteries or anything like that?
I don't know. After I go out with for steak dinner with Terrence, we'll talk about it. But anyway, but this to me makes less than good wine taste good, and it makes good wine taste great. So.
Okay. All right. And where do you actually put it?
Before or after?
Oh, it goes in there. Okay. Okay. There you go. The mystery. Now, thank you, Eric, for that, and a little bit of paraphernalia there. I was actually gifted a nice bottle opener with a 2-stage spring on it today. By the way, and these things are there we go. That's the one, isn't it? Lee,
okay, amateurs.
What do? You push it in with your finger, Lee, and I'm talking about the cork.
Oh.
I have an electric. I have a battery powered one.
No, that's a pepper mill, mate. That's a pepper mill.
No, this is the best thing ever invented. So good, I bought Eric one.
This is the best thing ever invented. The battery never goes dead in this one.
Although mine's battery powered and Eric has a USB charger. He got I bought him a better one than I have.
Yeah. The battery never goes dead in this one.
Perfect.
I think didn't they have that in the Matrix as well? When they take that thing out of Neo's stomach, they use one of those. I think.
If you're still using manual bottle openers, you're about 10 years behind because this is brilliant. Never spoils, never goes too deep, works every time.
Yep.
T-Duck is watching.
What Sandra said.
Very good, very good. Okay, thank you. Where were we? Okay,
I think when we have the end of the world and we have the nuclear war and we have that big EMP pulse and you're in for your last drink, the guy holding the manual version up here, he's going to be happy, isn't he?
Okay, Gary, I can hold a bottle of wine in my shoe. The best way to hold a bottle of wine is to put it in your shoe and tap it on the floor till the cork pops out. So when all the electrics are gone, when your normal bottle openers don't work, I can open a bottle of wine.
Excellent.
You can put your wine bottle in your shoe and tap it.
Well, no. What you need a rubber base. If you tap it gently onto a rubber base, the cork slowly comes up. Takes a couple of minutes, but it works.
All right. You can also push it in, can't you? You can also push it in, which is a
well, I suppose a wine.
Do you think so? Right, okay.
Yeah, you can get the last ribs out. When you try and get the last ribs out, the cork blocks up the hole.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, hey, I've lived in the middle of nowhere. I know it works.
Okay. Long day for T-Duck. No wine for him. Had a few beers, but I'm done for the
Okay,
night.
block him. Block him from all further comments.
What, because he's admitted to having a rest?
But yes, he's not drinking.
We can't
It's a
have that
lightweight.
sort of behaviour, can we? People not drinking and
Fucking
going.
amateurs.
Right. Well, it's so good to have you here, Lee. Right, to Al.
I will repeat it again. Gary told me to come and come drunk.
Well,
I have done both.
You're one to follow instructions, clearly. Right, Alvazra, let's taste the grush, shall we? That has been picked in the moonlight. Lee, just go back to you for a moment. Hold a minute. T-Duck's defending. I am drinking. Last beer of the day, so you can stay, T-Duck. Do you think there's something in this plucking at midnight, Lee? Whoa! Whoa!
Obviously, yes. That just happened on command. Yes, obviously.
That was amazing.
What was that?
That was my.
Carly said, tap it on your shoe, not slam it down on your shoe.
Yeah. Tap it gently. It takes a few minutes, but it works.
Don't worry, Carl. Don't worry, Carl. It happens at your age.
When Mrs. M gets in the studio
premature,
tomorrow,
that one
smells stale fizz. It'll be like our courtship, right?
Stale one.
Okay, so I used to know a guy. I used to know a guy in Scotland that always said that collecting seafood on a full moon was the right thing to do.
Yep.
And he was right.
Okay.
I knew another guy that never shot between certain periods of time. It worked every time. There was little mists like that go on that for no apparent reason kind of work. Jason, mad Jason, he does the same sort of thing. He plants his plants to go with the lunar cycles. I don't follow it, but it kind of works.
Yeah. Okay.
So
he's an anthroposophist, clearly.
The beekeeper that I'm getting to know has little downing rods.
Yep.
Yeah.
For finding where the best place to put the bees.
Yes. Divine.
Really?
Yeah.
They've been doing it for a millennia. Apparently, it works.
Okay.
I'm not going to argue with it. I don't believe it. I think it's witchcraft. But if it works, it works.
It seems to work. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you don't approve of their methods, but you like their results.
Oh, no, I like chemicals.
Yeah.
I like chemicals and hard work. They like metal sticks and full moons. I don't get it.
It's how
but if it works, it works.
Yep, it's how we built the empire. Okay, so Alvazra, can you tell us about the grush, please?
My world is coming apart and nobody cares anymore. No,
baby.
It's a really nice wine. There was a bit of a panic, and like Eric had to put it in the fridge because it had got too hot, and it got quite acidic and dry. But now it's come down a bit. It's reached what it should be.
Right.
I like it. It's very nice. It's very chocolatey, bitter chocolatey, but quite smooth with it as well. Got a nice fruity cherry sharp edge. It's quite unusual for me, this, because I'm like your man down there in the bottom right hand corner. I like quite a strong sweet wine, but this one appeals to me because it's got all the fruit of that sort of wine, but it's got the finer edge of a kind of a Douro about it, and it's a little bit drier and a bit more sophisticated. So it kind of spans that gap for me. It's lovely. It's a lovely.
It's not spicy.
No, it isn't. It doesn't have
smooth.
that heat in it. It's got a lot of smoothness, a lot of fruit, a little bit of oak in there, and a really, really quite cultured drink, really.
And it's a single grape variety.
It is Alicante Boucher, so it's always going to be, difficult to get a great single grape of that quality.
Very interesting. We were talking about this morning, weren't we, on our breakfast time recording, about how we've changed. When we first started the wine club, we would say things like, "Yeah, I quite like that," and it was $2.49, and that was about it, really. It was quite hard to beef out the show with content of that kind. Now listen to you. Chocolatey, peppery, all these lovely descriptions. We've come a long way in this 5 years, and we're celebrating our favourites this evening. So well done. A grush from the Alentejo. Am I right?
It is. What about our special guest over here?
Well, I've never had this one before, so it's quite a pleasant surprise, to be honest. I don't really rate Alentejo wines that much
Hang on,
either.
can I just do it?
No, seriously. I always find them middle of the road. They're
What-
not too light,
what-
and they don't have the
Well,
depth.
you like
so,
Michael, and because he says the same sort of thing. But
Oh, right.
what is your preference? You know, with
so Doros,
Duro, you're a Duro girl.
or I'm a white wine girl.
Yeah. Okay.
I like my white wine with soda water, unfortunately.
Oh dear me.
A spritz, is that right? So, but this is because it's a far better quality red that you're appreciating it, possibly?
This has got flavours I've never experienced before, Carl. When you first smell it, I can smell cherry straight away and chocolate straight away. But when you drink it, it kind of dances on the tongue. And you get all this steady flavour all the way through. You don't get peaks or anything. And I quite like that. I like the smoothness of it.
Okay, some sophistication with the Grush. And this is something that our dear friend, early participant of the wine club, Neil Perkins, he was a big fan of the Grush, wasn't he?
I think this is one of his favourites, and I don't think he'd have anything bad said about it. So he's got a good taste, old Neil.
And what's the price of this?
Oh, you don't want to know that.
Okay, all right.
You don't even want to go there. This is in the category.
But worth it by the sound of it.
Yeah, well, it's a special occasion wine.
They have
Right.
to wait for the moon every
Yeah,
time,
you have to
that's
wait for
why.
the moon. That's why special wines.
Right now, the reason something weird happened, and the reason I screamed is because this was in front of me, and it was like a Tommy Cooper magic trick. I could slowly see it rising, and it was the cork pushing itself out of the bottle. It must have got warm enough to do that, and then it popped, and quite a lot of it has gone over the floor and me. And this is what I have, if I may share with you.
Right. That
Yeah.
is.
What is it?
One of my favourites.
Yeah.
We need a full screen.
Okay, hold
Yeah.
on just a
Full
moment.
screen, full screen.
Okay, could someone give me full screen, please? Okay, thank you. There it is. It's the Underworld, isn't it? The Terras de Demo, the Underworld Fizz, which I really, really like a lot. I think this is one of our favourite fizzes that we have, isn't it?
Well,
So what is it about that you like there, Carl?
Well, I couldn't think of a red wine that was my favourite or a white wine that was my favourite. I have favourite memories and experiences, but I don't have a kind of taste memory. I just have an experience memory. Like, some of the labels I remember from the wine tasting we did in Coimbra one summer evening. When I see those, I have a great sort of fondness for them. But I do have a taste memory for this, and I think my favourite of all the Portuguese wines is the Espumante.
What is it that's made it live in your memory? What qualities does it have?
It's not bitterly acidic, like some of them can be.
It's not bitterly acidic.
Yes.
So what is it? What is it?
It's crisp. It's crisp and fresh and fruity. It has a lovely bottle, and it has lots of great memories attached to it. I just remember becoming very giggly in the early wine clubs. Whenever we used to drink fizz, those were my favourite occasions. Like Fizz does the biz, right? And I just have this as an all-round holistic favourite. And I do have some sort of taste memory that goes with it, which I don't with a lot of wines.
It's a
When we did sparkling wines last year,
yeah,
that one actually came out as number one. One of the reasons is it's so close to a French champagne. It's got that really toasty,
except it's better.
Yeasty nose to it, like a French champagne has.
Yeah.
And most of the Chilean ones don't have that. It has that nose that's
Portuguese don't.
sorry, Portuguese. Yeah, most of those Portuguese wines do not have that nose you get from that you get from a French champagne, and that's the closest you'll find to it. It was our favorite too.
Yeah, absolutely love it. And they do a little range, don't they? Sort of like a color coded range almost. I think this green one is.
There's the other one, the gold label.
There it is. There it is.
I think going back to the taste memory thing.
Is it the same?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
same
gold
one.
label.
Yeah, the gold.
Yep.
So,
That's
oh,
the one.
instead of green. Yeah. Okay. So what's the gold profile?
Was the gold was your favourite?
No, the green.
The green.
Right.
Because it's the Vidalia grape.
Vidalia grape. One of them's got the Vidalia grape, which I like. And this one I can't remember what this. I haven't got my glasses, so I can't really tell you my memories. But that's That's a nice one.
Vidalia as well.
So the gold label must have it. No, the other one is Vidalia and another one. Ruscino, is it? Yeah. So,
no idea. But it's a lovely product as well, isn't it? The bottle shape, the little medallion.
Yeah, it's a little necklace.
It's got a little necklace in, isn't it? It's a great all-round product. T-Duck, yes.
I think going back to the taste memory thing, that's one of the reasons I like JP. Is it was one of our best meals out where I was served JP.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a memory of the taste from the night. And when I saw it in the supermarket, I bought it because of the night. And I kind of stuck with it. But also, the red that Eric's got is one of Sandra's favourites. The one with the bird on it. No, the one with the bird on it. It's one of Sandra's favourites. And they do like a green wine, which is my favourite summer drink. Again, because of an occasion when we had it, and I always remember being refreshing and a nice drink. So when it comes to that sort of occasion, that's what I always go for.
I saw you nodding earlier when I was talking about it, and I wonder how much of this for any given person. I mean, there are probably not demographic, but wine psychologies, aren't there, of people who really do have a taste memory, like truly, and they can it's not the right word, but visualize the taste.
Well, I don't drink Guinness anymore because the first Guinness I had made me sick.
And that stayed with you. Survival.
No, but I might have had 10 pints before that.
Yes.
But I always get down to the Guinness making me sick. So I don't drink Guinness anymore. So it might work. It's like reverse psychology. You have good drinks you like because you enjoyed the time when you had it.
Yeah.
And you have bad drinks that you don't like because of the same reason.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we can talk more about that, but we need to go to Terence.
Well, can I talk about me puking on
No.
No? Stop now.
There we go. That's him muted for a moment, Terence. Let's go to... in my mind, I've got it as Fat Bastard, but I don't know why. It's not called that.
No, but you're right. It does actually... If you remember it as Fat Bastard, it sticks in your head, doesn't it?
It does. It will forever now.
So, what was your question?
What's your wine like? What's your wine
What's
like?
my wine like?
Talk us through it.
Talk you through. Well, really, it's just so rich and velvety and smooth and suave and elegant, but with a bit of grunt to it, a bit of finish at the end. It's got a little snap at the end of the palate. It's sweet, but not too so. Fruity. It's got pretty much most things which I'm looking for in a wine, and I love it. I adore it. I don't think I'd ever really get fed up of it, to be honest. And it's not outrageous, in terms of cost. It fluctuates a bit. You can get them on sale and all of that every now and then, but really it's got my all-time favorite go-to grape, which is a Touriga Nacional. Apparently when I did you've got to go to the Porto Wine Museum because you can run a personality test there about what kind of wines you should be liking, and I did this with my wife. Really, I think I came up with a Touriga Nacional grape. I should go for wines with a Touriga Nacional grape, and also an Aragonese, which is there's all these multiple choice questions, and so it tells you what kind of colour do you like, what kind of smell, what aroma, taste do you like, sweet, tart, whatever, and it goes through about 30 odd questions, and then you come to this magic conundrum, magic answer, and really I think the kind of Fat Baron, it fits into my kind of where I should be with wine.
The signature.
A signature, yeah, I suppose, in a way. So really, I'm kind of totally happy with it. It's my happy place. It's my happy factory place where to go,
John's happy place.
John's happy place, yes.
Why Fat Baron? Why has it got an English name? And where is it from? Who makes it?
Well, I could rattle on for ages, but really, I think it's very rare that the text and the description on the bottle of wine really kind of puts the case for it, So I'll just read you a little bit of this. It says, Live the grand life, the fat baron way. While sipping a magnificent glass of this gorgeous Touriga Nacional, considered the finest vine variety in Portugal due to its concentration of aromatic profile. The bouquet presents ripe aromas of dark berries, plums, violets, and spices. Aged in American and French oak barrels, this rich red is packed with spicy berry, herb, and mineral character. A top match with slow-cooked beef and lamb. And I agree. I actually had a little bit of chicken tonight with it, chicken and rosemary, and it still went with that.
And who makes it? Who's the producer?
Great question.
Ermelinda.
Is it Ermelinda?
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah,
of course it is.
Yes. Peninsula de Setúbal.
Yep.
So it's going to be Ermelinda.
Tell us, it's really nice that you turned up in a tie tonight. I expected Eric to be wearing a tie tonight, and he isn't doing. I'm very disappointed.
Well, what about you?
I could fix that.
Well, do it now.
Yeah, go put dinner jacket on. Oh, has he
Well,
got
when he wins the man cave tie, he'll have to wear it, won't he?
Well, he's got it fucking now. He's not wearing it. It's only his dad turned up.
Got it now. God,
It's all got stains on though, hasn't it? All sort of
of course it has.
You can make
a bit of my vomit, a bit of chicken curry.
All in all,
it's all
right?
there.
Forget the vomit. Right?
I've heard you can
Leave
make
the vomit alone.
You can make a very nice soup from the man cave tie if you put it in water.
Well, can I have a true confession here? Can I have a true confession? Right, when I won the man cave
Okay, Gary, before you do your true confession, Eric, man cave tie.
Man cave tie. I didn't know you'd won it, mate.
Man cave tie.
The first appearance of the tie.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There you go.
See, I have to explain this because the man cave tie was purloined from an ex-football player, I think, and it's not a cheap thing, as I found out when I tried to replace it.
No, I looked.
Because when I had it, they gave it to me about 5 minutes, and I dropped a load of sausage fat all down the front of it.
Well, that was you.
It was me, but I took it to the dry cleaners, and they worked wonders, and nobody ever was much the wiser.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. But I thought, oh God, I can't give this to somebody, and had a look. I think they're about 120 euros that tie's worth.
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
I'd say you were probably the last one to have it cleaned.
Yeah.
It also means that he is the new leader of the World Economic Forum as soon as you put that tie on.
Yes.
No, I don't want that one.
No.
Nope. Not after what happened to the last guy.
He doesn't want that job. Okay, so Terence, I think you were talking about wine.
Sorry, Terence.
I was.
But you look smart in your tie, Terence. It's not a man cave tie, but you look smart in it.
Tie and grease and vomit. All great things, right? But at the end of the day, I suppose what I'm trying to say is, it's just a nice place to go. Fat Baron. It's a lovely title. It lives in the memory. It's a lovely wine. It's soft. It's suave. And deep and rich, and I love it.
Yeah, very good. Excellent stuff. A Fat
Minus
Baron
the vom.
will be remembered. Thanks, T-Duck, for the tirade of wine-related jokes. This is a good one. Doctors have invented a new grape variety that acts as diuretic to help with Pinot Noir. Come on.
Oh, get out, dude.
Right. Peter.
Well, you got to ask me about my wine yet.
Oh, go on. Sorry. Stay where you are.
I'll wait for this. Nobody cares.
I'm going to explain where it's from.
Pete and Diane, just wait where you are for a moment because Lee needs to speak.
He's having a tantrum.
All right, I'll give you a great rundown of my JP white wine.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't need to read from the label because I've already memorised it.
Yes.
It's $2.99, available anywhere. It's 13%.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
Fantastic. And I like it.
The head gardener's choice. The head gardener's choice. Let's give you a group hug. Look, you're in the middle now, Pete and Diane. How are you both?
Oh, very good. Cheers for that.
I don't like Peter. I've gone off him.
Don't worry. It's right. We put up with you Northerners for a while, so it's not too bad. Anyway, no, we've got our homemade Jerapiga from the Carpenter. 5 years aged, and it's lovely. It's really nice.
Oh, man.
In the Carpenter's own barrels? perhaps.
Yeah, in his own barrels. Yeah, he's got 6 massive barrels in his cellar. So he's got an impressive wine cellar. If there's a fire anywhere near his place,
He's got an impressive what? He's got an impressive what?
Make it full screen, Munson. Make it full screen.
Yeah. Let's get full screen.
Pete and Diane, tell us more about Jarapiga. This is made in November, isn't it? San Martino time of year with the grapes.
Yeah, October, November, and then he ages it in barrels, and it's weird because I tried it at 2 years old, 3 years old, and this 5-year-old one. And the taste is totally different. The aging,
Diane's looking well.
Look at it hanging on the glass there. It is highly alcoholic as well, I think.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good for putting you to sleep.
So what's the ABV? About 20% on that?
I reckon probably nearer 30. And I reckon
yeah, that's what it looks like.
It's a beautiful colour. I'm hoping it'll stop me coughing all night long and I'll get some sleep.
Yeah, so I'm sure
you sound like you've got a bit of a sore throat there. Okay.
Had this virus going around the village. 90% of the village have got this.
Yeah, and we could have brought it back.
He brought it back from the Middle East.
No.
Oh, from the Far East, sorry.
It's Far East.
Pete brought a virus back from the Far East and killed everybody.
Well, it is from the Far East. I found out there's a new COVID variant. Was it Camry?
Pete's brought a new COVID variant back from his holidays and killed everybody.
To his little village, to his little central Portugal.
Oh, wax them all out now. Wax them out.
90% of the people in Orca have got this.
And it was after you two had been to the Far East?
Well, it was, yeah, coincidentally.
Yeah, he's killed them all. He's killed his neighbours for a holiday.
Wow. Yes.
They were for a holiday anyway.
Such a well-connected and friendly community, but not anymore.
Okay. No, Pete went away, came home, served drinks and food at a festa. Now everybody's sick.
Yes, interesting.
2 and 2 together. It's Pete's fault.
Strategy. It's like an episode of Midsummer Murders, isn't it?
Pete's guilty.
Let's go to Miguelino and Kat, and let's hear a bit more about your wine choice this evening. Hello, Miguelino and Kat.
Who's that?
That's you.
Me?
Yeah.
That's you.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So this, as I said before, this is, to me, not typical of Alentejo. This, the blend is really great.
Yeah, that didn't go unnoticed what you said, because you find Alentejo is a bit samey. And so tell us a bit more about this particular one and why it sort of stands.
This is not though. This has a big plummy nose. You couldn't distinguish.
I've got a yo-yo.
Yo-yo. Oh.
All right, he can do a bit of cabaret while you're talking.
Yo-yo.
Big, dark berry fruits, and good acid at the end. It lasts a long time in the mouth until you swallow it. No, but the aftertaste in your mouth, it lasts. It's really a great wine. It's not inexpensive. When it's on sale at Continent, you can get it for, I think, €10. It's normally about 15 or 16. And
So that's on the top shelf. That's on the top shelf at Continent.
yeah, pretty close to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't buy it unless it comes on sale. Although €10, frankly, even €16 for a wine like this, you couldn't buy it in the States of Canada for twice that price.
Right.
Yeah.
Seriously. So it's an amazing deal, the wine. It's just really is amazing.
Okay.
And,
So,
it goes down very easy.
Never
40%.
go for the top shelf. Never go for the top shelf. I can't reach it.
You have little step stools just for that.
I climb the shelves and knock a bunch of stuff over.
See,
Yeah,
but
this is-
Miguel brings up a very good point in comparison to the United States, and I'll tag on to that. It's like our traditional table wine that we had in the States, we'll call it various, couple of different types, but it would be no less than $9-10 a bottle.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Here,
You can't buy it.
no, here I can get, what I consider my table wine for
Yeah.
€3, €4, and that's it. You know what I mean? So, and the quality of at least to me, clearly the quality of what I get here at that price point is far superior to what I was getting in the States. For $9, $10, and $11. So
well, they've been doing it for a long time.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, we don't.
Well, Eric, I think that's a really good point, and you know, I think it's a good thing to think occasionally to reach up to the top shelf.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You know, because otherwise, you know, these winemakers can't keep just producing, you know, the $3 and €5 wines. Well, they can, but I mean, we want them to also stretch up too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, everyone likes it. Definitely.
On the other end of the spectrum, you know, like Lee, there's a Bairrada white that Intermarché has bottled for them.
Yes, $2.99
a bottle, and it is awesome.
Yes.
I mean, for a summer wine, it's just an awesome white wine, and it's $2.29 a bottle. And as I say, it's one of the ones that Intermarché has bottled for them.
Yes.
So it's really fantastic.
Available at your Intermarché.
But you can never find it on the shelf because everybody buys it.
It sells it.
Have you ever done any shopping on the jockey shelf?
The jockey shelf.
Because I'm there all the time.
See you there in your
Really?
silks. Right.
These silks.
And his whip. Right. John Chapp, thank you for your comments this evening. Good to see you here. Do we know you? And are you using a pseudonym? Nubianet also with us. Look, Portuguese. Portuguese wine in my shop in Cali was $8 to $9. Now it's gone up, and that's without tariffs, isn't it? I think. Thank you all for your comments there. I think we're moving. The actual itinerary is that we talk about wine publicly for 30 minutes, but there's been a lot to say tonight. So it's been an hour-long show, and I think we should maybe conclude with a little sort of soundbite about each of the wines. Yeah, go on, Gary. Let's start with you.
Can you indulge me, right? Because this was a very, very close contest for me, right? And there was a lot of wines that could have hit this mark. So can I just show you a couple of the ones that, because it's difficult, because there's white wines, there's rosé wines, there's romance, right? And to pick a favourite is very, very difficult. It depends what sort of, you know, mood you're in, what you want. So I've got a couple behind me, right? Some recommendations, which I'll pick up and show you.
Oh,
you know the Spumant, right? Because you've seen it, I've shown it to you, right? But they also ran.
Oh, he's got a whole.
And we did this one. If you can.
Yes, Marcus de Marialva. That's a Bairrada red, isn't it?
Yeah, that came very close. That is a fine wine for not very much money. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. Can you leave it in front? Can you leave it lined up at the front there?
I can try if you can get it.
Great.
That's good.
Nice.
Good.
This one, and I know Michael said this one was a nice wine this year. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And again, not a bad price. Not a bad price. But the discovery of the year for me, these guys, for Douro, right? Cadau. Yeah. Every one of their wines I've enjoyed, whether it be white, red, or rosé. Very reasonably priced and good tasting wine. Rosé, and Linda and I had a terrible wrestling match over this. My personal favourite is still you know my Bashaka because it's dry. But we can agree on this one as being the
and a beautiful bottle label.
The Touriga Nacional one is fantastic.
Touriga Nacional, and is the Massanata one? Yeah, Massanata.
Yeah, very good.
Very, very, very lovely wine, right? So any of those could have hit this target, but this one, because like you say, it's got great memories attached to it and stuff. It just tips it. Just tips the scales for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you for going to the trouble there. I mean, this is another development. This would have not have happened 5 years ago in the early days of the wine club. Another sign of how far we've come with this journey and adventure with Portuguese wine. So thank you. A little bit more then. Let's go from left to right and round, at least from my screen here. Pat and Eric, final comments on the Papa Figos, the cost, where it comes from in the country, so people can put it on the map, literally.
It's a Dura wine.
Yeah.
Most often, whoops, sorry.
There you go.
Most often, well, we generally get it at Continent, and the shelf price is $7.99 generally.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes on sale for a bit less.
But this is the one that we really liked. And I'm not sure we can show it properly.
Well, we got it. Alicante Boucher has represented well tonight with the choice.
Yes. So I really think we need to bring this up. It looks like it sells for about 12 euros in the store if you can get it, but we've gotten it at restaurants only, and it's about 30.
Yeah.
That's what you like with a steak.
Okay. That's my favorite so far.
Yeah.
Where is that winemaker in the country?
Oh, shoot.
Alentejo.
That's an Alentejo as well.
Yeah, it's got to be at the south of the Alentejo. The name's Gadiana, so it's probably right at the south.
Beja area or something.
Yeah, probably Beja or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Carl, if I can make one more comment, and thanks for the invite to come on tonight. But I'm going to jump back in time a bit. I started watching your wine club show. You're talking about 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just starting. We were back in the States, and
it was COVID.
I remember the early days, and every week you used to pick a different wine. And Garvo, from his early days, he's come such a long way from being, I don't want to call him an amateur. He wasn't an amateur, but he got into it so much over time, and now he can identify this and that and the other thing.
He's like the resident expert.
Yeah,
now.
no,
especially for us.
It's really good to see. So thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's lovely to be here, isn't it? Still be here.
Yeah. You develop an experience, don't you? Tasting all these.
It's a journey,
wines.
isn't it? It's what Portugal's about. It's what, it's about food and wine. What more?
And we couldn't get Portuguese wines back in the States when we were watching the show, but we were still excited to listen. So thank you.
I'm really proud of this journey, and it's things have changed, but the wine club's pretty much been there, isn't it, as a foundational part of what we do, which is lovely. So on to Alvazra then, and the Grush. I mean, it's fair to say you all love it there. Anything else you want to say about it? Alentejo, quite expensive, top shelf selection.
Yeah, I'll tell you how much it is a bottle. Right now, you're ready for a quick.
It's definitely top.
It's 29 euros a bottle.
Okay.
So it's not everyday wine; it's special occasion wine. But like your man said, sometimes you got to go for the top shelf and have a look what's up there, just to rebalance your taste buds and know what that little bit extra gets you.
Yeah.
And it is worth it because it's a very, very civilized, fine, and smooth wine with a lot going for it. So I don't mind paying that occasionally, and it's got a lot of good memories attached to it as well, like you said. So I'm happy with that.
There's definitely something about that, isn't there? The memories that we've made with these wines and the labels and the experiences. And I'd want to build an evening around that wine if I were to buy it. You sort of make it the focal point of your night, wouldn't you, to taste that and try that. Excellent stuff. I would like to commend this. This is a evergreen, no pun intended, but this is amazing. I think it's $8.99, normally $9.99. It was $8.99 in Intermarché tonight. I really like this as a gift wine to give to people when they come to Portugal. If you give this to a Portuguese person as a thank you, it goes down well because they know you haven't gone to the bottom shelf, and it looks like you know a little bit.
It's only half a bottle. Come on.
I tend to give them an open bottle when I give it as a present.
Well, when Scottish Norman came over, remember Norman?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
we went to Porto with him, right? And Linda and Nikki enjoyed it so much they actually had 3 bottles.
3 bottles between us.
It did get a bit messy, but there you go.
But it's one of my favourites, Carl, because I actually presented this wine.
It was yours. It was yours.
Yes. Yeah, that was my one wine that I presented.
It's that memory thing again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a memory thing.
Yeah, beautiful. And then these are all the things we'll think about as we're stood in front of the shelves. It's like, that time, and Linda chose that. Really love it. So thank you for starting that off, Linda. That's my fave. Glad to present that tonight. The Fat Baron.
Geezer.
Go on, Fat Baron. What more can you say? I mean, you gave us quite the elegy, didn't you, tonight?
I did. The first thing I've got to ask is my gorgeous wife there, in the corner, in the white, because we haven't really investigated what kind of wine is resonant with her. She's been very quiet and very meek, as she usually is, and very controlled. But she's a great wine lover, has a lot of thoughts about it. So really, Ginny, what is the major resonance? What's the major wine that really appeals to you, and why?
Oh, I don't know.
That's a big question. That's a huge question.
I actually don't know the answer to that question. I think just bring any wine on, really, and I'll be happy.
Well, you used to quite like Altapino wine, didn't you?
I did. I like the
Yeah,
red. The Altapino 2018 in the red was a fantastic wine. But I find this with a lot of Portuguese wines. When they first come out, like the reds now, I find them a bit on the light side. They're a bit sort of fizzy on the tongue, and they're ideal for a lunch. But if you then leave them a couple of years and try them again, they've developed into something completely different, something completely delicious. So it's very, very difficult to put a finger on a wine and say, this wine is the best wine, because I think it depends on the year. I think it depends on when you're drinking it, how long it's been bottled for. I think there's a whole range of reasons to like a wine, and I can't pinpoint one particular wine to say that's my all-time favorite. I just can't.
Well, that's a good answer. That's a good answer. I mean, because really we all gravitate towards our kind of favorite wines, don't we? Label them, and so I mean, I'm the Fat Baron, drink it now, right? But really, that's a very good perspective, because you're saying, look, keep an open mind, keep it balanced. There's wines that, for occasions. There's wines for various times in the year, celebrations, etc., etc. So,
having said that, I have to say, I don't think I've ever been disappointed by an Ermelinda ever.
No,
even in the box, it's not a disappointment.
It's a happy place, is the Ermelinda
it's one of those
winery,
good
isn't
names like Ermelinda, Esbrau. They're always going to be good. Always
okay.
That Syrah that you had on the table there, Gary, that's also one of the top shelf price wines too of Ermelinda. Of that brand, that's probably one of the highest priced wines they have. That straight Syrah.
They do go higher. I mean, that's probably about 10.
No, they do, but that Syrah it's in the next level above all the other.
Yeah. It's like you get steps. You get your drinkable wine from Lidl or Aldi's, and then you go up into the next level and then beyond. But they do a consistently good wine.
Yeah.
Now, here is that label that Ginny was talking
the one.
about. That's another one of those labels, isn't it? That we see, and is the longer you live here, the more of I don't know, a sort of tradition that becomes as you walk past it in the shop. So that's another one of the great labels of Portugal there, and a Stubel as well. So thank you for mentioning that, Ginny. Love all these sort of emblematic labels, and like the Marcas de Marialva, really obvious one, isn't it, as well? Terros de Demo. These are really notable, and they sort of distinguish themselves to us over the years. Do you want to say anything more about the Fat Baron?
You're a cheeky sod, you are, aren't you? Do you want to say anything more about the Fat Baron, other than with wines? I've learned this over time, that you feel close to some wines, and I feel quite close to this one. It's the nearest thing I can get to Nirvana, I suppose. When you search for wines, and you're always looking for this wine, and you taste and you go through hundreds of wines, and you never really get there. But it's about the closest I can really to get to the gates of Eden. So really, I would say Fat Baron. Yeah, although the title's not too charming, is it? It lives in the memory, and I love it. I really do. I'm glad to come to Portugal to taste Fat Baron Touriga Nacional, and I advise anybody to taste it, and then they can disagree with me, and I'll respect what they say.
I can't wait. I can't wait for Lee to follow this. I really, we
will finish with Lee.
Gary, I'm prepared. I'm ready for it.
I've
stayed quiet and prepared for this.
I am hovering with the ending credits here tonight, Lisa. We'll go to you last. You can't buy Carpenter's 5-year-old GMP, can you, Peter, Diane? So you'll have
that's my wine is officially cheaper than Leeds, which I thought would be.
No, fuck off, Pete Bleach.
Right? So,
carry on, Pete.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's way cheaper than these. It's also what I love about Portugal and wine, and the wine club in particular, is that I don't think it's fair to do a best wine because that would presume your journey's ended. I think the whole point with wines is you get something new all the time. Plus, I think Lee's back in there in a minute. I think plus you've got. I just love the fact that. This is about 5 kilometers away from where we live. We know he's produced it himself. When it comes to the percentage, I don't think he's got any clue, nor have I, right? But no. I'm presuming it's stronger than I initially thought because it's certainly killed any COVID off in my lungs for the moment, which is pretty impressive.
You're inhaling it tonight.
I am, yeah. I think it's doing really well, to be honest. It's a bit cough syrupy, but I quite like that in a wine, so that's not bad for me at all. And
medicinal.
Stuff but stuff where you've seen how they've matured it, or how they've grown it. Just going to go to a vineyard or go to your neighbours really is the best thing, and try out their own homebrew. It's fantastic, and they brew everything. You can get anything here. So
he did try to give us his own aguardent, and that looked lethal.
Oh God,
just wafted it under our nose, and that was enough.
Yeah, you could run anything on that. Honestly, I don't think.
I wonder what the percentage is of sold wine and homebrew. John here, who at a more serious time before he started insulting us, I think there was an enologist who got grapes from up north and south and made a super wine. No one knows it. I'm sure those sort of hybrids remain a mystery. But John, if you've got any more to share with us, or you want to join us on screen next time, please do. Miguelino and Kat, some closing comments from you on this marathon.
We'll just say picking a favorite. We totally agree. It's like picking your favorite child. And also going back to your comment, Gary, earlier, Carl, earlier about the memories associated with wine. It isn't necessarily even the taste. That's sort of the Proustian side of things, and how everything brings us to wine enjoyment, not just the taste. However, this one is a good, reliable wine for ourselves, and also we have some wine snob friends that we're not afraid to share this with, and we don't have to tell them it was only €10. It's better not to. The Cartusia brand is consistently reliable, isn't it, Michael? But this one, and I think this is one you can put down also. I mean, lay down, not put down.
The thing is with this one, you have to go up to €40 now in Cartusia to get their next level wine.
Well, sure, but 40.
That's how they've done it. I mean, Cartusia's, they released a 2018, I think this year, it's €290. Obviously it was limited, but they released one this year. I mean, their wines are just super high end. It's got to be one of the more expensive houses.
They project that, don't they? The Cartusia sort of dynasty seems to project that.
Yeah, and they're from Evra, and they remain a favorite of ours. So
yeah.
I have a comment though. Just a quick comment though. We were talking. You were showing us your aerator. That's the manual version of it.
There you go. God.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And then also you were talking, Eric, about your wine. You like your wine cool. If you this has happened to us in the Algarve as well, but particularly in Spain when we travel in Rioja, they will always ask you if you want it fresco or do you want it normal. Always, every bar you go into, they'll ask you, do you want it fresco or normal? So even serving some of the best Riojas, they don't mind chilling them. They should be chilled too. It's too damn hot.
Is that because of the ambient temperature as well?
Yeah, it is. The guys in there's several restaurants we've been into in the Algarve in the summertime. They'll ask you if you want it fresco. Yeah. So it's nothing to turn your nose at drinking cold red wine.
Like that wine, so it would spoil.
When they say room temperature, I mean room temperature here can be like 20 odd goddamn degrees, you know. So
Yeah, but it used to be 16 degrees.
Yeah.
Or two in the winter.
Yeah.
Gary, you haven't done your temperature out by the pool. I love the way you always do your temperature, where in the middle of the sun every summer at like 55 degrees or something. Right?
you know, you can't spend your life in the shade, can you? You've got to know what it's actually like out there. You know, you can't spend your life in the shade.
It is bloody hot, yeah. But yeah, I still love that. I still want you to make sure you get it done soon, because we're getting to
John agreeing. I think they're 19 degrees for red. And John, we're all good. I wasn't sure, but we would dearly love it if you'd join us. Great to welcome you onto the stream.
I don't like him.
Do you know who it is?
Don't let him on.
You don't even
like
know
him.
who he is, but you don't
Don't
like
listen to Lee.
All right. And Gina's here. I don't know a whole lot about
Don't
wine.
like her either.
I
Funny
can
enough.
Worry.
I can feel a song coming on, but I do love a nice glass. But I sure would love to participate with you wineys. So fun. Hi from upstate New York, USA, moving to Portugal. You are moving back here then, Gina. I thought we'd lost you to Italy for some reason. But anyway,
that's a lovely name, isn't it? Gina Fiore.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
I mean, she's
Gina Fiore.
She's like that in real life.
I don't know a whole lot about a wine.
Right, now finally, as I hover over the end stream button, we go to head gardener Lee McGrady with his final analysis of his
The lawn whisperer, as the shirt says.
Okay. Following Gary's example,
yes,
I'm drinking JP tonight. I seem to know I'm actually drinking because I'm on my second bottle and it's gone.
Yeah.
You lot seem to be talking more than drinking.
Yeah.
So I'm going to share my 3 favourite drinks, and then we can finish. So I've got a lovely 15-year-old The Walls whiskey.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll give you
which is yet to be opened, saving for August.
15-year-old,
yeah. Actually, that's a good drink.
Almost legal.
That's a good drink.
So did you manage to get hold of Iron Brew, Lee? I can't believe you managed to get it.
And then I've got my second favourite. You a fucker. Okay, let me go back. My second favourite. It's a 5-year-old. That will get you locked up in any state of the country. Anyway, you can get locked up with a 5-year-old. But it's a great whiskey. It goes really well with a lot of water, because otherwise it really hurts.
Right.
And then my very favourite drink, obviously, is a black label Bushmills.
Oh, yeah.
Black Bush. I'm with you on that one. Fucking hell, I agree with him on something. Jeez.
Bushmills.
Oh, hold on. Yes.
Bushmills black label, second to none.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
you can take your wine, you can shut up your ass. It's pointless. This stuff makes you forget a week.
Yeah.
And on that note, should you need that sort of life
and
advice?
Tonight, I've been drinking and potty training. The baby's done a shit and 2 pisses in the potty.
Very well.
We're doing well. I'm on my own. I'm drunk. I've got a baby. We've done 1 poop and 2 peas on the potty.
All
right. I'm very happy.
He's just singing
one last bit of wine for them.
So let's raise a glass to Lee. Finally out of nappies. Well done, Lee.
Well done, Lee.
Not yet. Not yet. Still a lot of stains. Still a lot of accidents.
Good.